Hi church, my name is Hubert and I'm the Assistant Worship Pastor here at FGA Melbourne. I'm in my role this year supporting the Sunday Worship Ministry and the Fungus Youth Ministry. So over the past two sessions of this series, Made to Worship, we've been attempting to understand two important ideas: why we worship and who we worship, which informs our understanding and the practice of how we worship. In today's session, we'll be looking at how we worship. We worship God who sent his son Jesus to die for us, for our sin, on the cross and conquered sin and death. He has revealed his great love for each of us by showing mercy and extending grace that we may know him. Our response should be to offer ourselves wholly and fully, embracing worship through both obedience and sacrifice. Worship is not just our actions and how we present ourselves, but also how we devote ourselves through reverence to God. Jesus teaches us that the greatest commandment is to love the Lord God with all your heart and soul. This all-knowing, all-powerful, ever-present God calls us to worship him and who he is with all we are. A.W. Tozer says, if your life does not worship God, your lips do not worship God either. John 4 verses 23 to 24 says, "But for the hour is coming and now is here when the true worshippers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father is seeking such people to worship him. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth." John Bevere describes worshiping in truth requires alignment across all three levels of communication. That is your words, your actions, and your heart. In the modern church, worship is often reduced to a genre of music or acts of singing songs and saying prayers. But these elements are important, but do not fully encompass the process of how we worship. We are called to worship as living sacrifices, meaning our entire lives are offered to God, quoted in Romans 12:1. We often place great value on things like money, family, friends, and our careers. However, nothing should hold that highest place in our hearts than God. We worship God, meaning we allow God to take central space within our lives, relinquishing control, our agendas, and prioritizing his. The first mention of worship in the Bible was found in the story of Abraham and Isaac. Abraham was willing to sacrifice his son, whom he had waited decades for. This illustrated that he was willing to offer everything to God in worship, no matter the immense personal cost to him. God desires us to worship in spirit and in truth. This type of worship reflects our heart, not just merely expressing religious acts, but we want to give all we are to him. The anchor song for this session is "Lord, I Give You My Heart." And this captures the essence of complete surrender, reflecting a heart that offers everything to God, our hearts, our souls, and every moment. Let us use this session to take stock of that we can align our words and our actions, our hearts, where our entire being can be dedicated to God. This is how we are to worship. Have a fruitful discussion. God bless.